All right, it is 7 o'clock. Racing will get going in about 5 minutes. Can everyone make their way to the concrete wall by the off-road track for a quick driver's meeting? All racers to the concrete wall by the off-road track. All right, everyone gather around the wall by the oval. I'm going to play the national anthem. Stand up, remove your hats, and find a flag. All right, 7:04. Racers, go ahead and make your way to the track. Stock slash race 1. Matt, Dave, Brent, Rodney, and Max. Gonna need my marshals from that 13.5 late model group. There are 2 racers that can come out here and marshal. I'm going to need two volunteers. Two volunteers to help flip cars. All right. Looking for my racers. I have two of them up here. And I have two marshals. There's 3 and 4. Appreciate getting out here quick, guys. All right, go ahead and get the cars rolling. We're going to get ready to start the race. Let's get the cars going, get them rolling, spread them out. Race will go live in less than 5. Dave Herbig going to be the first to cross. Rodney, Matt, Brent, and Max. So all 5 of my racers crossing the line and getting their first couple laps in. About 20 seconds into this one, we have Brent Farnsley leading us off. Oh, he's going to have a little mistake. Dave, watch the backstretch. Go wide, go wide. It's clear. I believe that was our number 2 car. He's going to drop all the way to the 5th position. So Brent, he was in the 2, back to the 5. Matt Sinex moving all the way out front, running a 46.4 flat. About 1/10 of a second behind him, going to be Dave Herbig running a clean race right behind him. Max Mason in the 3, Rodney in the 4. And Brent trying to claw his way back up. He's about 1 second behind Rodney for that number 4 position. Oh, watch turn 2. Go low, go low. That was Dave. He got mixed up with Rodney, it looks like. So our number 2 and 3 car are going to get mixed up. They're going to move all the way back. Brent back up in the 2. Max still holding down that 3 spot. About 1:30 down, 2:30 left to go. Matt Sinex out front, 46.401. He is the red, gray, and black. Traxxas Fox body. Working turns 3 and 4, crossing the line now. Right in front of him is going to be Max. Make sure to let him by. Thank you very much. So our leader crossing the line. That was his 19th lap. Coming across 420. Running a 46.40. Besting his time just a little bit. Brent Farnsley in that number 2 spot. He's about 5 seconds off of Matt. Now 6 seconds. A little bit slower that time. Matt running his fast lap, 5 flat. Brent also, fastest lap of the race goes to him. He did it early in the race. A 5.003 for him. Matt, 5.04. So Matt and Brent, 1 and 2. Dave, a little bit farther behind in that 3 spot, about 5 seconds behind Brent. Max, another 4 seconds behind Dave, right in that 4 spot. And Rodney rounding out R5. Watch the front, go high, go high. Oh, man, right in the middle of the track, still there, still there. It's clear. Rodney, you missed the line. 3 minutes down, 1 minute left to go. Matt Sinex out front of this 3-car pack. He's going to try to walk away. Still running that 46.40, running consistent 5.1s. Brent still in that 2 spot, and Dave moving up to the 3. So 1 and 2 separated by 6 seconds. 2 and 3, that's Brent and Dave. They're separated by 7 seconds. Max about 15 seconds back from that battle for the 3 spot. This will be your A main starting positions, assuming no one crashes. Coming down to the final 20 seconds. Matt and Brent, 7 seconds apart now. Matt pulling away. Dave back in that 3 spot, not making up any time, falling back a little bit further from Brent. Everybody pretty settled into their spots. They're going to run their last 2 laps. I'll call you when you're done. Matt, keep going. Matt, keep going. Brent is done. Dave is done. Rodney, you're done. Here comes Max and Matt. That is a race. Matt Sinex going to TQ round 1 stock slash. Brent going to be in the 2, and Dave in that 3 spot. That's going to be your A main top 3. 2-wheel drive buggy street stock up now. We got Doug, Dan, and Eric. Make sure to get yourself back out here quickly for marshaling. If you're in that last race, drop your car off and walk back out to the track. There were 5 of you. I only need 3. Would be good if we had all 4. There were plenty of racers. I see all 4. Thanks, guys. All right, track is open. Track is open. Woo! Stop it in. I'm going to give you all a couple more laps, get those cars figured out, see what they're going to do. All right, if you want to make any changes, now is the time to do it. If not, pull over in the middle of the track. Watch the line. Go low at the line. All right, let's get the cars back on the track. All right, let's get the cars rolling. Let's get them rolling. The race will go live in less than 5. When Dan crosses the line next time by. All right, Doug, Eric, and there's Dan. All three have started their first laps. So first 15 seconds going in. Dan Stewart out front. He's working the backstretch now. Blue, red, number 26. Going down the backstretch now. 3 and 4 crossing the line. There he is. Ran a 4.5. New hot lap of the race for him. Doug with a 4.51. Just a little bit faster. And Eric with a 5 flat. He's about 5/10 off of these guys. He's going to need to pick it up if he wants to get up there. Oh, watch turn 4. That was our leader, Doug. Coming up to the front now. Dan falling back about 1.5 seconds. Catching the pipe again. He's going to race our leader. So Doug, our leader, about 2 seconds ahead now. He is the black and white. Working the backstretch now. Yellow wheels. Oh, getting a little squirrely coming out of turn 2. Dan checking up. So 1 minute and 15 seconds down. 2:45 left to go. Oh, man, watch the backstretch. Doug running a 54.01. Dan with a 48.4 flat. 3 seconds apart. Eric, 15 seconds back in that 3 spot. 1:30 down, 2:30 left to go. Doug Townsend throwing down a new hot lap. 4.508. He's going to spin out. Here comes Dan Stewart. Probably going to be moving up to the point that time. Not quite. 1/10 of a second between those two cars. Dan Stewart going to take it that time. 1/10 between them. Now 2/100ths. Dan just a little bit slower. Doug a little bit faster. Definitely eating him up on the exits of those corners. All the cars getting a little bit loose. Cars have been sliding in turn 2. 2:15 down, 1:45 left to go. Doug out front. He's got 4 seconds to the good of Dan Stewart. Eric Mason in that 3 spot. Purple and black, yellow wheels coming across the line now. That is our number 3 car. Oh, Dan Stewart going to roll it in turn 3 and 4. He's going to fall back even further. Another crash out of him. Eric Mason not too far out of that battle now. He's about 10 seconds behind Dan now with a minute and 15 seconds left on the clock. Dan Stewart going to pull over again. Eric now about 5 seconds off of Dan. 1 minute left to go. He's going to get into him on the backstretch. He's going to pull over. Doug just going to get more time on these guys. Going to solidify his TQ position. 3 minutes down. 1 minute left to go. Doug Townsend, black and white, yellow wheels, working the backstretch now. Oh, watch center field. That is Dan. He's going to pull over. That's going to move Eric Mason up to that 2 spot. Doug going to be holding down the 1. 20 seconds left to go in this one. Sportsman Heat 1 of 2 up next. So Doug Townsend on a 48.402. He's got 25 seconds to the good of Eric. There's not enough time on the clock for him to lose this race. So 2 more seconds left. There's the tone. Keep running, keep on running. Doug, you are done. Eric, you are done. That is a race. Race is over. So Doug, Eric, Dan, your top 3 going into the A main. All right, the track is open. Track is open for your practice laps. Go ahead and roll the cars off. All right, go ahead, keep the cars rolling, keep them rolling. Race will go live. Go ahead, keep on going. Race will go live in less than 5. Looks like Chase, Riker, Cameron, and Daniel, all 4 of my cars have crossed. Oh, watch the backstretch go low down the back, low down the back. It's clear. I believe that was Daniel. He's going to move all the way back to that number 4 spot. So, first 30 seconds going down. Cameron going to be out front. He's in the blue, yellow, red color bomb going down the backstretch now. He's got the bronze wheels on it. Just ran a 5.6, fast lap 5.2 out of him. Watch the backstretch go low, go low. So your leader working the front stretch now. In that 2 spot is going to be Chase. He's in the orange, white, and black. Going down the front stretch now. Only 3 seconds behind Cameron. Cameron with a mistake. 1 second the difference. So Chase put in a good run. Going to try to keep up with Cameron. Cameron, the faster of the 4 cars, just has to keep it clean. Riker in that 3 spot, running a 34.407. He is in the green and red. Going down the front stretch now. Oh, he's going to get caught on, I believe that's Daniel. Watch the front stretch. Watch the front stretch. It's clear. So 130 down, 230 left to go. Chase and Cameron now are leading. Chase is leading the race. Cameron going to fall back to that 2 spot. Oh, Chase going to get caught on the wall, 3 and 4. Cameron going to get by him. Now, Cameron with a 2.5 second lead over Chase. Just has to keep it on the wheels. He's going to ride the pipe and go up on 2. He's going to lose his lead. He's going to be about 0.4 of a second behind him. Chase out front now. Going to see if he doesn't get caught in this collision. He gets through it. So Riker in that 3 spot and Daniel in the 4. Oh no, Cameron gonna get caught up. Chase gonna get a little messed up too. He's gonna ride the pipe. We're gonna see where they sort out. Cameron back out front after that mess. About 0.8 of a second ahead with 1:30 left on the clock. So your running order. Cameron out front. Chase in that 2 spot. Riker in the 3 and Daniel in the 4. Oh, watch the front stretch. Go high down the front. High down the front. It's clear. So your leader crossing the line now, going down the backstretch. In that 2 spot, right behind him, going through the line now. That is your number 2 car. Riker in the 3. And Daniel in that 4 spot. 1 and 2. That's Cameron and Chase. Separated by about 3.5 seconds. Going on 4 seconds now. Riker, 40 seconds behind Chase. So these 1 and 2 cars pretty solid in their spots. They are racing each other. That is our closest race on the track between our 1 and 2 car. So Cameron out front, 5 seconds ahead of Chase. With 30 seconds left on the clock, all these guys have to do is keep it clean. Even if you have to slow it down and roll through the corners, it will be clean. Cameron with a 5.9, Chase with a 7.5 that last lap. So Cameron going to be able to pull away just a little bit more. Coming down to the final 5 seconds now. Cameron and Chase 6 seconds apart. Keep it clean. Keep it clean for the last couple laps. That is the bell. You will be done when you cross the line. That is a race. Everyone is done. All right, if you are in that last race, make your way back out to the track and help with marshaling. We're going to need one volunteer marshal to come out and help us. All right, we're looking for Daniel. Daniel back out to the track for marshaling. We're also going to need one volunteer. One volunteer for Riker. All right, track is open. Track is open for some laps. Trey, Christian, Brandon, and Jake. All right, go ahead and pull the cars over. Go ahead and stop the cars on the track. Stop the cars on the track. No more laps. All right, if you guys don't know how this works, it is a time trial race. You are not racing the other cars on the track. You are trying to throw down the best time possible. Whoever throws down the best time will have the better starting position in the actual race, where you will be fighting against the other cars. So for the next 4 minutes, try to stay away from each other. Let the faster cars by and try to follow them. So go ahead and get the cars spread out. Start getting the laps going. You are clear to take laps. Go ahead and start taking laps. All right, the race will go live in less than 5. Trey, Jake, Christian, and Brandon. All 4 of my cars have crossed the line. Looks like Trey with a slow first lap. He's going to be falling back to that 4 spot. Christian with the fastest first lap of the 4. He's going to be out front. Christian, red, gray, and black. Tracks his stock body. Going down the backstretch now. 3 and 4 crossing the line here. That is your leader. Brandon going to be in that 2 spot. Oh, falling back to the 3. Jake up to the 2. He's in that light blue, white stripes. Going down the backstretch now. He's going to ride the pipe and spin out. He's going to be falling back to that 3 spot. Brandon back up into the 2. So Brandon Bellamy in that 2 spot. Christian in the 1. 1 minute down. 3 left to go. Oh, our 1 and 2 car getting mixed up a little bit. Christian, red, gray, and black, tracks his stock body. Coming up behind these 2 cars across the front. 1 and 2. That's Christian and Brandon. About 4 seconds apart on the clock. Brandon, your number 2 car, he's in the red, gray, and black. Tracks his Fox body. going across the front stretch now, crossing the line there. He is in that 2 spot. Just ran his fastest lap of the race. Oh, there went the leader. Here comes Brandon, not too far away now. It was 6 seconds. Now it's 3. So our 1 and 2 car 3 seconds apart. Brandon throwing down an even faster lap now. 6 flat. Christian with a 5.4. He is the fastest car in the race by about half a second. So 2 minutes down, 2 minutes left to go. Your leader with the number 2 car right behind him. Jake up there in the mix. He's in that 3 spot on the clock. Oh, no. Oh, watch the front stretch, watch the back stretch. Watch the back stretch. Go low down the back. It's clear. So Jake with a big mistake. He's going to have a 16-second lap. He's going to catch the number 2 car. Christian going to be able to walk away now. 1:30 left in this race. Christian, Brandon, and Trey moving up into that 3 spot now. So Trey, blue and white, going across the front stretch now, crossing that line. Going through turns 3 and 4. That is our number 3 car now. He's about 12 seconds behind Brandon, but he is in that top 3 position. 3 minutes down, 1 minute left to go. Christian, Brandon, and Jake. Jake trying to fight back now. He's going to get that number 3 position. Trey going to fall back to the 4. Christian and Brandon separated by 14 seconds. That's our 1 and 2. Battle for the 1. Brandon and Jake are 2 and 3 cars separated by 15 seconds. So everyone pretty evenly separated right now. About 15 seconds all the way back between these 3 cars. 3:30 down, 30 seconds left to go. These cars are not on TQ pace to beat Cameron. Cameron ran a 41.4 flat. Christian with a 40 and a 4:01. He's about 5 seconds off of that TQ time. Here comes the final 5 seconds. Keep on going. Keep on going. You will hear the tone, but do keep going. I will tell you when to stop. Oh, Jake with a mistake. Keep on going. Everyone keep on going. Don't stop the cars. Keep on going. Brandon, you are done. Christian, you are done. Jake, you are done. And Trey, you are now done. That is a race. Race is over. Christian, Brandon, and Jake, your top 3 for that heat. There will be a B main for the sportsman class. So as of right now, Cameron going to hold down the overall TQ. Christian going to be in that 2 spot. Chase in the 3. And Brandon in the 4. That is going to be your A main. There will be 4 racers in the B main. Only 2 of you will be bumping up to the A. All right, track is not open. Track is not open yet. Wait till my marshals get to their spots. There were 4 racers in that last one. Make your way to a corner. You held it by like 5 seconds. You got to clean up the wrecks, man. Like over driving the corners. All right, track is open. Track is open. All right, let's get the cars rolling. Let's get them rolling. Race will go live in less than 5. Case and Riley going to be the first across. Matt, Dave, and Alton. All right, first 15 seconds going down. These guys working their third laps now. Matt Sinex out front. He's got 1/10 of a second to the good of Kaysen in that 2 spot. 1.5 seconds back is going to be Alton. So the battle for the lead, about 4 seconds all the way back to that 4th spot. So one wreck could put Kaysen now to the point all the way back to the 4. So 45 seconds down, 3:15 left to go. Kaysen Riley out front. Oh, Matt going to take it that last time by. Kaysen going to fall back to the 2. Alton in that 3 and Dave in the 4. 1 minute down, 3 left to go. Your leader, Kaysen Riley, now taking it back. Matt with a slow 5.4. Kaysen with a 5.2. Oh, Dave going to get it a little sideways. Matt going to drive right into him. So Matt going to fall back to that 2 spot now. Alton 2/10 of a second away from that number 2 position. 1:30 down, 2:30 left to go. Kaysen out front. Matt in the 2 and Alton in that 3 spot. Kaysen with a 1.5 second lead over Matt Sinex. Alton half a second behind Matt in that 3 spot. And Dave 5 seconds behind Alton in that 4 spot. So your leader working the front stretch now, white and black. Number 46, that is Kaysen Riley crossing the line now. 2 minutes down, 2 minutes left to go. He has 1/10 of a second over Matt Sinex. He's going to need to push it. Matt Sinex going to take that lead that time by a wreck in turn 4. Going to be slowing them both down. Alton going to fall back to the 4th spot. Dave up into that podium, number 3. Matt all over Kaysen. Half a second between those 2 cars on the clock. Matt looking for the inside on him. Oh, Kaysen going to go a little too deep. Going to ride it right into the pipe and roll over. So Kaysen falling back to the 2 spot. Matt out front. 2:30 down, 1:30 left to go. Matt out front. He has 5 seconds over Kaysen. Kaysen has 2.5 seconds over Dave. And Alton 1.5 seconds behind Dave in that 4th spot. All Matt has to do is keep it on the wheels, and he will be tonight's TQ. White and blue, number 34. That is our leader crossing the backstretch now. Coming up on Alton. Make sure to give him plenty of room, Alton. That is your leader. Thank you very much. So your leader, 6 seconds now over Kaysen. He is definitely the fastest car on the track. Ran a 5.1. He did that on his 16th lap. Coming down to the final 30 seconds. Final 30 seconds for these guys. Matt and Kaysen running a good race all the way down to the final minute. Kaysen now almost 7 seconds behind him. Going to try to hold on to that number 2 position. Dave Herbig, 1.5 seconds off him. Oh, Matt going to roll it over. Matt is going to roll it over. Real slow, going to get in the wall. Kaysen now, not too far back. 2 seconds behind him. Dave Herbig, 4 seconds behind him. Coming down to the final laps. There's the tone. It's going to be to the line for these guys. Kaysen, you are done. Dave and Alton, you are done. Matt, when you cross the line, that is a race. Race is over. What? Why can't you? Yeah, you can mark them. Yeah. Race number 6, 13.5 late model, Keith, Doug, and Dan. Walk that way. Walk that way. The track is open. Hey, Alton, can you walk that blower down here to Dave? Thank you. Blow off the track for me while you're at it. Watch the front stretch, guys. It's closed. Close the front stretch. Now is the time to make a change if you want it. Now is the time to make a quick change if you want it. Looks like Dan and Keith are satisfied with their cars. Doug over there not happy at all. Run. Get over there. They're about to start. Nothing, just the attitude. No, you're not. You're marshaling, buddy. You're not special. Oh, Connor's going to call you out. All right, we have our marshals out there and our racers. Go ahead and get the cars rolling. Get them rolling. All right, whenever Keith crosses the line, the race will be live. Keith, first one to cross. There's Doug and Dan. All three of my cars are started. Good first laps being put down by everybody. Doug out front, 4.6 out of him. Dan with another 4.6 and Keith with a 5.2. Everyone working their fourth lap now. 30 seconds down, 3:30 left to go. Your leader, Doug Townsend, he's got half a second over Dan Stewart. He's crossing the line now. He's the all black and white wheels. Oh, no, looks like his body came a little loose or something. It's rattling out there. Dan with a mistake. He's going to slide into the infield a little bit. Doug going to hold his position. Half a second between them. Keith in that 3 spot, about 3 seconds behind Dan. Looks like the exit of turn 2 and 4 just absolutely suck. Doug, Dan, and Keith, that is your running order. 1:15 down, 2:45 left to go. So Doug out front, black and white wheels, crossing the line now. Here he comes. Dan Stewart in that 2 spot, crossing the line there. Blue and red, white, number 26, crossing the line. Keith, white and orange, crossing the line there. He is in our 3rd spot. Oh, Doug going to roll it over. Here comes Dan Stewart. He's going to be moving up to the point that time by 1:45 down, 2:15 left to go. Dan Stewart, 1.5 seconds over Doug now. So long as he keeps Doug behind him, he will be tonight's TQ. He is struggling to do it. These cars coming loose in the rear end makes it hard to hold a corner and make a pass. 2 minutes down, 2 left to go. Doug looking for a little mistake out of Dan. He sees an inside. He's going to take it. This is what he needs to get the TQ. Oh, he's going to slide out. Dan going to walk away with it now. He suffers from a little bit of spin right there himself. All of these cars sliding out in turn 2. Going to be spinning out, sliding towards the infield. 1:30 left on the clock. Doug now put together a couple fast laps. Oh, man, Bonnie going to catch the dirt and roll over. Dan Stewart going to walk away a little bit. He has 4 seconds over Doug now. I'm sorry, 3.5 seconds. Keith in that 4th spot, about 15 seconds behind Doug now. 1 minute left to go. Dan Stewart out front, getting a little bit loose. Doug going to have the same issue. Nobody making up any time on no one. Doug gonna slide out, do a little spin. Dan gonna walk away, go for the lap on these guys. Doug is not happy. Keith gonna be moving up into that 2 spot. So final 30 seconds of the race. Dan and Keith 21 seconds apart. Dan with a little spin, gonna be giving up a little bit of that time. Did it twice now. Was 19 seconds. Now it's gonna be about 17. Keith with a spin. No racing happening here. They are fighting the track, not each other. Final 5 seconds. They're going to get 2 more laps. 2 more laps. Here is the bell. Keith, you will be done. Dan, keep going. Dan, keep going. That is the race. Race is over. Dan, Keith, and Doug, your top 3. It is 7:45. I don't believe the track is really in a state to want to be practiced on anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and shut it down and water it. We will start racing back at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Well, 8:05. Racing back at 8:05. So track is closed. I'm going to get out there and blow and water it. Track is closed. Racing back at 8:05. Sportsman B main at 8:05. Make sure to check the heat sheets. They will be up in a couple minutes. All right, Sportsman B main to the track. Go ahead and throw your cars down. Throw the cars down. Looking for my marshals. Need my marshals from race number 6. That's 13-5 late model. Keith and Doug. I'm going to need 2 volunteers. 2 volunteer marshals to come out and help us. Looking for 2 more marshals. 2 more volunteers. I need my marshals out here looking for Doug Townsend and 2 volunteer marshals. I need 2 volunteers. So if you're in a later race or spectating, thank you very much. That's one of them. I need Doug out here. And there's Eric. There's one more volunteer. Appreciate it, guys. Track is open. Track is open. You guys can start taking laps. All right, shut the track down. Shut the track down. No more laps. No more laps. All right, so the way this works, if you guys don't know, there is 4 of you on the track. So this is a 4-car race, 4 minutes long. 2 of you will be bumping up to the main event. So our 1 and 2 cars will be bumping up to the A main event. Jake, Trey, Riker, and Daniel. That is our lineup. So the way this works, Jake is going to lead us off, and he is going to run 1 full lap. When he comes out of turn 4, the track will be going full speed. So Jake is going to lead us off at pace car speed. He's going to go real about half speed until he hits turn 4. So go ahead and slow down a little bit, Jake. Slow down. Let him catch up. All right, out of turn 4. It is live. So we got a tight battle for that 2 spot. Looks like Trey going to give it up. Daniel going to get up into that 2 spot. Riker going to be sitting in that 4. So first 15, second down, 3:45 left to go. Jake holding out that lead. He's going to try to walk away in this one. Daniel up into the number 2 bump spot. So as it sits, Jake and Daniel will be bumping up into that A main. Here comes Riker. He's going to dive bomb it. Not quite going to get it. He's going to hit our number 2 car. He's going to fall all the way back to the 4. So Daniel from the 2 down to the 4. Still 3 and 15 left to go. Plenty of time to make it up. All these guys will make lots of mistakes. Just keep it clean. There goes Riker. He was in the 3. He's going to hold it down. Trey well into that 2 spot now. Oh, man. The racing. Cars are getting really separated now. Riker going for a tumble. He's going to be falling back into that 4 spot. 1:15 down, 2:45 left to go. Jake out front. He's our blue and white crossing the line now. Blue with white stripes. In that number 2 spot, going to be Trey right behind him. They're about 6 seconds apart. So Jake Shake actually has 1 lap over the entire field. Watch turn 3 and 4. That was Riker. He's in that 3 spot. Daniel going to get him back. So Daniel up into the 3. About 10 seconds behind Trey. Trey with a big mistake. Riker back up into that 3. So Riker sees that number 2 car in front of him. He is 1 lap behind him. So he has to keep it pretty clean if he wants to work it. 2 minutes left to go. He gets the inside up on him. He's going to clip the pipe and roll it. Here comes Jake. Oh, a little too hard. Jake and Trey, 1 and 2. Riker with a big mistake. Gonna roll it over and fall back about 12 seconds. 1:30 left on the clock. Our 1 and 2 car mixing it up. They're about 12 seconds apart. Oh no, Riker with a mistake. Go low down the front. Low at the line. It's clear. Jake and Trey, 1 and 2, separated by 14 seconds. Riker in that 3 spot. He's now about 3 laps behind our leaders. One minute left to go for these drivers. Jake and Trey, they're going to be taking home the bumps. They're going to be going into the bumps. 45 seconds left on the clock. All these drivers have to do is keep it clean. Jake has 15 seconds over Trey. Trey has 18 seconds over Riker. Now 16 seconds. Riker going to try to make a final lap push. All he has to do is run fast laps, and he could very well make it up. 30 seconds left on the clock. All these drivers have to do is keep it clean and on the wheels. No one really making up any time. Everyone's slowing down a little bit. Final 15 seconds. They're going to get 3 more laps. Not enough time for anyone to make any changes. Jake and Trey are going to be going up into the A main. Here comes the bell. Jake, you are done. Riker, Trey, you are done. And here comes Daniel. That is a race. Race is over. Jake and Trey going to be bumping up into that A main. All right, track is closed. Track is closed. So if you were in that last one, make your way back out to the track. Looking for Daniel, Trey, and Jake. Jake, Daniel, and Trey. We got a marshal for Jake. Looking for Trey and looking for a marshal for Trey. All right, we need Trey to get back out here. All right, actually, we're covered on marshals. We are good on marshals. Oh, wait, no, we're not. Sorry. Still need you out here, Trey. Go ahead and take your laps. Get the cars going. All right, go ahead and shut the track down. Shut the track down. No more laps. All right, Matt, you're going to be leading this A main off. Brent, you're going to be in the 2 spot. Dave in the 3, Max 4, and Rodney on the 5. Matt, Brent 1 and 2, Dave, Max 3 and 4, Rodney in that 5 spot. All right, whenever you're ready, Matt, you are leading these cars off. Oh, bumper to bumper, these cars go. Out of turn 4. Oh, no. Ah, well, keep going. Didn't even see what happened. I was focused on my click. Round 2. Out of turn 4. That's a good start. Oh, Dave, early move, getting around Brent. Brent going to roll the pipe and go a little wide. Going to have to pull out of his turn. Dave going to be up in that 2 spot now. Matt going to try to walk away. Oh, no. Dave going to hold onto the corner a little too long. He's going to race Max all the way down the back and force him in the wall. Max was working for that 3 spot. Now he's back in the 3 or 4. 30 seconds down, 3:30 left to go. Our closest race going to be for that 2 spot. That is between Brent and Dave. Max in that 4. So Matt Sinex out front. Red, gray, and black Traxxas Fox body. Going down the backstretch now. He's at the back of this 4-car pack. Dave in front of him. Max and Brent out front. Going 4 wide into turn 3 and 4. Going to try to keep it clean. Oh, Dave going to be the first one to tap out. There goes Brent. Now Max, final one there. The only one to keep it clean through that turn. That's going to be good for him. He's catching Brent. Brent only 1 second in front of him. Matt going to get around Max. Go ahead and try to follow him. He will lead you up to that pack of 3. 1:30 down, 2:30 left to go. Matt, Dave, and Brent, your top 3. Matt coming up on his 2nd lap over the entire field. He's got 8 seconds over Dave. He sees him. He's about 1 straightaway apart. So Dave, 3 seconds over Brent. 2.5 seconds over Brent. Our closest race on the track going to be for that number 3 spot with 2 minutes left to go. That is between Brent and Max, our 3 and 4 cars. Brent crossing the line now, going through turns 1 and 2. Down the back he goes. Max in that 4 spot. He is the purple with the blue. Crossing the line, going down the back now. That is Dave in front of him. Davis in that 2 spot. He is pretty settled into that spot. He's coming up on a lap for that number 3 car. Oh, man, Max going to get Dave back. Max remembers that 3rd lap. He's going to get Dave back. So Dave back into that 3 spot. Brent up into the 2. Oh, Dave with another mistake. Watch the middle. Put him on the front. Put him on the front. Dave back into the 4. Max up into that podium position. Max only 1 second behind Brent for that number 2 position on the stand. 45 seconds left on that clock. So your leading group, we got Matt out front, Brent in the 2, and Max in the 3 spot. Oh, here comes Max. Max in that 2 spot. Dave going to race our number 2 car. Brent is going to spin out into the infield. Max going to be moving up into that 2 spot. This is a good race going for Max. All he has to do is keep it clean. There is 20 seconds left on the clock. All he has to do is run his line and run it smooth, and he will be number 2 on the stand. Brent falling back even further. 5 seconds left on the clock. Matt, Max, and Brent, your top 3. One more lap for this car. Here comes Max, going to be in that 2 spot. Brent going to get a 3. And Matt out front. That is a race. Race is over. Matt 1, Max 2, and Brent in that 3 spot. All right, there were 5 cars. If you raced it, get back out here to Marshall. All right, I need my marshals back out here. I need my marshals back out here. If you're in that stock slash race, I need you back out here. Matt, Brent, Max, Dave, and Rodney. I see Max. I see Dave. There's Matt. I need Rodney or Brent out to the track. Here comes Brent. Oh, we have one volunteer. You're covered, Brent. You're good. All right, let's get them lined up. Let's get them lined up. Doug, you are out front. Eric in that 2 spot and Dan in the 3. So, whenever you're ready, Doug, you are leading us off. Going live out of turn 4. Oh man, early dive to the inside by Dan. Gonna spin them both out. Eric gonna be out front now. Oh man, mistake from Doug. Eric gonna dive in. Now Dan out front. Everyone's struggling with the spin out, so anything could happen. Just have to try to run at your pace and keep it clean. 30 seconds down, 3:30 left to go. Dan, Doug, and Eric, your top 3 now. Eric falling all the way back down to the 3 spot. Started in the 2, made it up to the 1. Now he's back to the 3. So your group right now, Dan and Doug separated by 2 seconds now. Eric in that 3 spot, 5 seconds behind Doug. We are 1 minute down. There's 3 left to go. Oh, Dan's going to spin out. Here comes Doug out to the point now. So Doug, Dan, and Eric, our top 3 now. Doug was in the lead. He started off on point. Now he's back out front after a mistake. Black and white, yellow wheels. That is Doug Townsend out front, crossing the line there. In that number 2 spot, going to be blue, red, and white, number 26. That's Dan Stewart. He is now 6 seconds behind Doug. That is almost more than a lap. That is about a lap and a 5th. Eric Mason in that number 3 spot, 2.5 seconds behind Dan. Dan with a little mistake. Doug going to pull away even more. Going to do donuts. He's upset. Doug out front. Eric in that 2 spot. Now Dan back to the 3. Closest race on the track between the 1 and 2 car. That's Doug and Eric, separated by 10 seconds. We are halfway through this race. 2:10, 1:50 left to go. $2:30 down, 1:30 left to go. Your leader working the front stretch now, crossing the line. 1 and 2 down the back, 3 and 4 down the front. Eric in that purple and black yellow wheels. He is in that number 2 spot, going down the front stretch now. Oh, your leader going to spin out a little bit. It's going to cost him maybe 4 seconds. He had 13 to spare. Now it's down to 9. 3 minutes down, 1 minute left to go. We are down to the 3rd quarter in this race. 12 seconds between these 2 cars. Doug out front, Eric in that 2 spot. 11.5 seconds. Our leader, fast lap 4.47. Eric 4.97. Dan with a 4.74. So Doug, fastest car on the track. He is keeping it the most clean of our 3 racers. Coming down to the final 15 seconds. That's about 4 more laps. And next time they cross, they will be done. Next time they cross, they will be done. There's the bell. Oh, Doug gonna roll it over. Eric is finished. And Doug is finished. That's a race. Make sure to blow off the track. Let me see it.
When they're outside, and they have to have it on the tires because they're slick.
Yeah, tires are
Yep. Yep. They're not Smoothie 2s. Those are Proline Bald Eagles, but I've had real good luck with them. But is it? Yeah. I'll check it when I get over there.
Smell even like right there.
Oh, well,
Yeah, I know. Worthless. Hey, not messing with anybody. All right, I need one volunteer to make their way out here. Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate it. All right, we got 3 racers. That's all we're going to get. Alton has left. Oh, no more laps. No more laps. Shut the straightaways down. Matt, you are leading this one off. Kaysen in that 2 spot and Dave in the 3. Matt, it is on you whenever you're ready. Race number 5, Sportsman A Main. You are up next. Blue and white number 34, Matt Sinex leading us off out of turn 4. There we go. There we go. You all got an extra lap. Matt going to try to go tone to tone in this one. He let him off. He's going to see if he can hold it all the way through. 0 mistakes. Kaysen not letting him walk away at all. Looks like he figured something out. He's got that car to rotate a little bit more. Doesn't look like it's pushing off as much. 30 seconds down, 3:30 left to go. He is the faster of the 2 cars. All he has to do is keep it clean. Keep it clean and be able to push it a little bit. Dave in that 3 spot, falling behind a little bit. Just ran his fast lap, 5.3. The 1 and 2 car, 5.1 for Matt, 5.08 for Kaysen. 1 minute down, 3 left to go. 3 more minutes left to go. Matt with a 5.2, Kaysen with a 5.4. 5.1 out of Matt, 5.2 out of Kaysen. Dave picking up the pace, ran his own 5.2. 115 down, 2:45 left to go. Oh, looks like as the race is going on, Kaysen starting to suffer from that push a little bit. Cars being locked down in those 2 turns. 130 down, 2:30 left to go. Matt out front, blue and white, number 34. Going down the 3 and 4, crossing the line now. Kaysen in that 2 spot, crossing the line there. Down the backstretch he goes. White and black, number 46. Dave, blue and green, backstretch now. Flames and checkers. He's in that 3 spot. He's about 2.5 seconds off of Kaysen. Kaysen about 2 seconds off of Matt. We are halfway through. 2 minutes down, 2 left to go. Matt, he ran a 45.404 in qualifying. He's on a 46.402. Kaysen on a 45.40. Only 2 seconds off of Matt in this race. He is slowing down. That push is starting to be devastating. 5.5 out of him that time. Matt with a 5.3. 5.4 out of Kaysen. 5.3 out of Matt. It's a 10th every single lap from Matt. This time it's going to be 4 tenths. Kaysen with a 5.6. Matt with a 5.2. So 2:45 down, 1:15 left to go. Your leader backstretch right now. Dave in that number 3 spot. He's behind Matt on the track. In between that battle for the 2 spot. 1 minute left on that clock. They're going to get about 10 more laps. About 10 more laps. Your leader there across the line. 5.3 out of him. Case in our number 2 car crossing the line there. Got a 5.4 out of him. All these cars, their lap times really slowing down as the race goes on. The cars starting to get a little bit more stable, but definitely want to push on the exits. Oh man, Case is going to catch the wall and go into a wheelie. Final 15 seconds of the race. Keep it on the wheels. Doesn't look like Case is going to have any time to make it up on Matt. He is going to be settled into that number 2 spot. Final 5 seconds. Keep it on the wheels, guys. Keep it on your wheels. There is the tone. Dave done. Kaysen and Matt. That is a race. Race is over. That is a race. Hey, Kaysen. Kaysen, if the car's going to eat the wall, won't you let out of the gas a little bit? All right, race number 5, Sportsman A main. We have our 4 original qualifiers that made it straight in. Cameron, Christian, Chase, and Brandon. Plus our 2 bumps from the B, Jake and Trey. So let's get our marshals out here. Track is closed. No laps to be made. Keep the cars still. I have... Get that 13.5 ready. I need one more volunteer. One more volunteer. Looking for Matt Sinex. Here he comes. All right, we got our 4 marshals. Track is open. Track is open. Go ahead and take your laps. Watch the backstretch. Watch 3 and 4. Watch 3 and 4. All right, let's line them up. Cameron, RTQ, going to be out front, starting at the line. Christian, you're going to be in that 2 spot right behind him. Chasing the 3, Brandon 4, Jake 5, and Trey in the back, running that 6 spot. So if you haven't watched the last couple races, you should know how this goes. You are going to follow behind the car that's in front of you. No passing on the first lap. When I say the track is good for full speed, that is coming out of turn 4. Out of turn 4 over there on the left side of the track, you will be going full speed. So, Cameron, whenever you're ready, you are rolling these cars off. Stay one behind the other, just like kindergarten. Out of turn 4, you will go full speed now. That is a good start. Good start, guys. Oh, Cameron getting real squirrely down the front. He's going to go for the pass. Oh, no. It's going to catch our leader. Christian went for the pass. Cameron tried to close the door. Ended up screwing himself in the foot. 25 seconds down. 3:35 left to go. Jake from that 5 spot up to the point. So Jake, blue and white, he's going to get put down in the 2 spot. Christian from the 2 up to the point now. Chase in the 3, Cameron in the 4, Brandon 5, and Trey in that 6 spot. 45 seconds down, 3:15 left to go. Christian leading them off. He is the red and white black. Working the front stretch now, crossing the line. That's our leader. Jake in that 2 spot, blue and white stripes. He's got the blue race stripes crossing the line there. Cameron back up into that 3 spot. He is right behind Jake for that number 2. Race him clean, race him clean. Cameron looking for the inside. He sees it and takes it. That's a good pass. Jake going to try to dive bomb back for it. Not going to get it done. Trey in the way, gets out. So Cameron now eyes back on the leader. Christian going to try to pull away. Christian started in that 2 spot. He made it to the 1 on the first lap. Cameron going to be dropped back to the 2. He is pushing as hard as he can to get back up there. He is the fastest car on the track. Well, Christian with the spin. Here comes Cameron. He's going to look for the clean pass. Gets him a little wrong, but they settle back out. C sees the inside and takes it. Cameron back out to the point. Oh, no, big collision. I didn't see it. I was looking at the screen. 2 minutes down, 2 minutes left to go. Cameron out front. Christian going to fall back to the 4. Chase in the 2. Jake in the 3. Christian 4. Trey 5. Brandon 6. Oh, watch front. Go low, go low, go low. Oh, no. Marshall itself. 2:30 down, 1:30 left to go. Christian up into that 3 spot. Here comes, he's looking for the 2. Jake's going to take it back. So now Christian in that 4 spot. Jake going to get that podium position back. Cameron out front with 1:10 left on the clock. He has 3 seconds to the good of Chase. Haven't been watching him. He's the orange, white, and black. He's been playing the time game, crossing the line there. He is in that 2 spot. Christian back up into the 3. Crossing the line there. Cameron with the mistake. Chase not too far behind. Christian 1 lap behind the leader. He's going to have to try to get around him and fight back up to that number 2 spot. Oh, Chase going to catch a red car. He's going to slide around. Christian not too far away to reclaim his position. 30 seconds left on the clock. That's about 5 more laps. We have 6 cars all in the same stretch of track. Christian going to get around Trey. Oh, not quite going to get it happen. Chase out front of this 5-pack. 10 seconds left on the clock. He should be able to hold on to this spot. All he has to do is keep it on the wheels. He's going to get bumped by the leader. Christian right there up into that 2 spot. That's the bell. Cameron, Christian, and Chase, your top 3. That is a race. Race is over. All right, drop your cars off at the booth and go back out there to Marshall. All right, if you were in that last race, make your way back out to the track. Back out to the track to marshal the cars. I see Cameron, Christian, and Chase need one more marshal, one more marshal. One of these guys that are in front of the TV, make your way back out there. All right, we're covered on marshals. Let him get to his spot. Let him get to the spot. Watch the backstretch. You're clear to walk. All right, track is fully open. Go ahead and take your fast laps. All right, now is the time to make changes. Now is the time to make changes. If you don't want to make any, pull over in the middle of the track so you don't get hit. All right, these guys know what's up. Dan, Keith, and Doug. Keith, you are in that 2 spot. Keep it clean. Whenever you're ready, Dan, you are leading these 3 cars off for our final race of the night. Oh, Dan, snail speed. He wants to let them know what's up. Going live out of 4. Oh, Keith, a little slow on the jump. Doesn't matter. Dan's going to spin out on the first lap. Keith's going to spin out. Doug going to be out front on the first lap. Dan and Keith got a good race going right now. That is our closest race on the track. Dan going to jump into the infield. Going to spin out and jump in. Keith up into that 2 spot. Doug looking to lap the field. Oh, man. Dan, big time struggling. Going to cut back in a little bit. 30 seconds down. 3:30 left to go. So that was our first 40 seconds now. Doug from that 3 spot up into the 1. Keith in that 2 and Dan in the 3. Fastest lap being put down by Doug, 4.409. Keith, 4.82. Dan, 4.75. Oh, man. Dan having one hell of a time out there. Spinning tires on exit. We've been seeing it all night. 1:15 down, 2:45 left to go. All right, your leader, black and white wheels crossing the line now. That is our leader. That's Doug Townsend. Just ran a 4.5. Didn't see it a couple laps ago. He ran a 4.37. New high lap of the race for him. Oh, big crash on the front. Big crash on the front. Dan's going to pull it off the track. Keith going to be settled into that 2 spot. It was 4 seconds difference. Now he's going to be cured. He's going to be fully secured in that number 2 spot. So 1 and 2, Doug and Keith, separated by 20 seconds now. 2 minutes down, 2:10 down, 1:50 left to go in this one. Dan Stewart, he did lead us off. He ran a 47.401. In this race, Doug's gotten out a lot cleaner. Definitely got that car in check. Looks like he figured out the tire game for the way the track is. Running a 52.401. About 25 seconds faster than the TQ set. Oh, Keith going to roll it over. So our leader, 3 and 4, front stretch and the line. Black and white wheels crossing the line there once more. They're on his 37th lap. Another 4.4 out of him. So he's keeping his lap times within the 2/10. That's pretty good for him. Final minute in this race. Keith, down the backstretch he goes. He's the white, orange, and blue. Going down the backstretch, number 14. That is Keith Tishner in that 2 spot. Coming down to the final 40 seconds. He's on the backstretch, 3 and 4. Front stretch crossing the line. That is our number 2 car, about 30 seconds behind Doug. What a difference it makes when your car is hooked and not sliding out. Oh, man, the body's digging a little bit. Looks like he lost a pin. So final 15 seconds. That's about 4 more laps. 4 more laps for these cars. Final 5. They're going to get this lap in one more. One more lap for our leader. Keith is going to be done, and Doug will be done. That is our final race of the night. Doug, Keith, and Dan, our podium finish for the 13.5 late model class. Go ahead and blow off the track and bring the blowers over to the wall.